Welcome to Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan, a podcast about the art and hobby of miniature painting. I'm Mike.
And I'm Dan. Thank you for joining us as we strive to become better, braver, happier painters. Hey everybody, we're just going to do a couple announcements today, and we're going to talk about some hobby progress. So this is going to be a little quicker than normal.
That's what she said. We wanted to follow up and make sure everybody know that we are live with the giveaway of one VIP Marksman package, a $300 value to the Kill Team Open being held in Baltimore, February 18th and 19th, 2023. We're hoping even if you don't win the package that you have an opportunity to come out and hang out with us. We'll be sponsoring the painting competition there, which is called Squad Goals. And so we're pretty excited. But anyways, what everybody wants to hear about is how to enter. And of course, you have to check our Facebook or our Instagram page. And first, you have to like the announcement post on Instagram. Second, share that post. Third, follow us on Instagram at Listening to Paint Dry. You have to also follow Kill Team Open on Instagram, which is at Kill Team Open, and comment on the post when you're done, when you've done all the above. So that way we know it is happening. And so that's pretty exciting. The drawing closes January 1st, 2023, and we'll be holding the actual drawing on January 7th, 2023. We'll post more details soon. Any affiliates, vendors, volunteers of the KTO, unfortunately, are not eligible for the drawing. And so, but we would love to see everybody out there. You'll get a chance to hang out with us. We'll be sponsoring the painting competition. Like I said, I'll be teaching a class on basing. We're going to do jungles and ruins and try to make your 32 millimeter miniature base pop. And so I'm totally excited about it, Dan. It's year 2 of the Kill Team Open for us. And they welcomed us back with open arms. I'm not sure what the hell they were thinking. But, you know, hey, gluttons for punishment, right?
Yep, exactly. But hey, we're going to have a champion category. We're also going to have the fire team category. And this year we're adding a diorama. So please go to killteamopen.com, take a look at some of the rules that we have, and you can see the categories and get some more information.
I'm so excited about the diorama category. I can't wait to see what people are going to paint for it.
We had some really cool ones last year. We didn't have a category for it, but we did have some folks put some stuff in. So we'll try that again. Well, now we're expanding a little bit, just a little bit though.
Just a little bit. See how it goes. You know, hopefully each year we'll get a little bit more, get a little bigger. So Dan, what's the venue again?
Hey, Mike, we're going to be at the Overhills Mansion in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland.
Right. And also exciting is that Wilhan, international award-winning painter and Demon winner, is going to be teaching classes. And so will Martin Orlando, who is another award-winning artist. And so there'll be others there if you want to upgrade your painting game. So even if you don't, now, here's the interesting thing. Even if you don't play Kill Team, it's still worth it to come out, hang out, do some painting, take some painting classes, check out the vendors. It's a lot of fun. It's a great environment. And the guys that run the event are just super fantastic.
Hey, and one thing I do want to add, since this is a Kill Team event, kind of based off of 40K Universe, entries will need to be 40K or Kill Team
appropriate.
They will have to be Kill Team appropriate. So please look at the rules on killteamopen.com.
Absolutely. And that's great advice. Anytime you're going to enter a painting competition, make sure you read the rules of the competition. That's kind of an important thing. You know, you don't want to show up to a soccer game and bring a basketball. Awkward situation. Dan, what else do we got on our agenda?
Well, Mike, this is the big one.
That's what she said.
Of course. We're going to start up a Patreon. With your continued support, we will be working on a lot of cool stuff for our hobby community. Not just listening to Paint Dry, but the hobby, our painting hobby as a whole. Everything that we raise will be rolled back into the show, which is going to be a little bit, so Mike can update some of his equipment. But we have
equipment.
We have lots of swag for our supporters and fans, and prize support for future painting competitions and awards. We can't tell you all the secrets of that right now, but we will be releasing that information later on throughout the year. And we plan on launching this 1 January to coincide with our 3rd year.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Now, the one thing that I want to make sure that everybody understands, the core flagship podcast, Listening to Paint Dry, will always be free. We're not going to put interviews behind a paywall or regular content that would be on the behind any form of a paywall for everybody. That will always be free. Our goal with the Patreon is just to kind of help kill some of the cost associated with running the podcast. Equipment costs money, hosting costs money, website stuff costs money. We'd like to be able to go to conventions, to more conventions, and report out on those type of things. And so, if people are able to help us out, we really appreciate it. And I'll say ahead of time, thank you to our wonderful listeners. Whether or not you support us on Patreon or not, we love you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here, guys and gals, and non-binary pals. We wouldn't be here. So, I appreciate it. Dan, that's big news, man. I'm nervous. Yep. It made me nervous thinking about doing that.
I'm nervous too. I'm very nervous.
So the other thing that's going to be neat about the Patreon too is that we are hoping to also turn into some of that Patreon to sponsor more painting competitions at different conventions. I know that there's some BattleTech ones that you've discussed, Dan, that you'd like to get some painting competitions involved at. I'd like to do. I know we have friends that run Jeff Con. That is going to be a new name next year, and I'd like to get involved with that and help them out. And so since we don't have any sponsors on the podcast, we'll take them. Don't worry, we would love to have them, but since we're not at that point yet, this would help us give back to the community even more. So.
Okay, that's a good way of saying it. Mm-hmm. Yes, we always enjoy giving to our community. We can do a lot more with that. We are, starting to spread ourselves out a little bit, and we don't have any name recognition yet, but that's cool. That's all right.
I don't know. I disagree, man. I disagree.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe I don't go out as much as you do. I'm still stuck in my basement.
It's not even just that, but if you listen to the interview with Jakob and Andrew from Denmark, they knew about the podcast, and I know that we were talked about at Monte San Savino by a few different people, and so that was pretty exciting to hear that. And so, one of these days we're going to get to Italy, and go hang out in a castle and become totally envious of all those amazing entries.
So please support us on Patreon so that we can continue to pay those folks to talk about us.
Right, exactly. Right. We can slide them some money under the table. So,
all right. Let's see. Let's talk about progress. Oof. What have we been doing lately, Mike?
Okay. So I've kind of got a lot going on. I'm only going to go into a little bit of it. Just because I know that we have something coming down the pipe that we're going to talk more about stuff. But because I don't know if we've announced it or not, but Dan and I are actually going to we're going to Adepticon this year.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to tell everybody that we're going to do that.
I mean, it's exciting, I'm really stoked. And along that vein, I have two potential entries that I want to put in. Now, I made an agreement with the Kill Team Open people that I would paint a kill team for the event to display. And so I am doing a Blood Angel squad that I'm also going to use as my squad entry for Adepticon. And then I have all I will say is a large creature entry I'm hoping for Age of Sigmar. And I've got that all planned out. And I'm in a position where I feel like I'm painting the Blood Angels to get to that model. Because I really know what I want to paint on that. I'm really excited about it and what it's going to look like. I'm going to try some techniques I've never tried before, and totally excited about it. It might be a fail, but I'm going to go down in flames. I've got some commissions to finish. I was supposed to finish the Robotech commission. I have not. I actually accidentally forgot about it. But I have Robotech, all the mechs from Robotech to finish, but they're about 80% done. I'll be done with those pretty quickly. Those will be out the door by Christmas, as well as I'm going to say it wrong, the Mumakil Overlord on the Elephant. I have that for Lord of the Rings, and that is about 70% done. Actually, the funny part about that is most of the work of that is on the base. the details on the base are ridiculous because there's like 6 miniatures basically crushed into the ground, which is more detailed than the actual elephant itself. But that's been a bit of a challenge because it is a terrible cast. It is plastic, but it is still terrible. The seam lines on it are horrendous. I actually have to go back and redo some of the legs, two of the 4 legs, because the milliput I put in there settled. And when I originally thought it was going to sit there, but because the gaps are so bad, it kind of just slid in. So pretty frustrated with that, but that'll be done by next week. So I'm excited about that. And then another neighbor dropped off 2 Blood Bowl team commission, so which I'm going to use to pay for my plane ticket to Adepticon. Anyways, that's what I'm working on. Yeah, and then I started planning out my ReaperCon projects too, so I'm pretty excited about those. But what about you, Dan? What you got on the table? I know you've been printing like crazy.
Yeah, I've been printing some cool Star Wars Legion stuff. BattleTech is still there. I have too many of those to look at, but I don't know. I started watching some TV shows and saw some free stuff that was cool to print, and I started printing some of that stuff, and I got some cool boxes of Star Wars stuff I needed to paint, and I figure at my level of painting, just having a whole bunch of stormtroopers and spray painting them white, I'm good to go. So yeah, I'm working on that. In my spare time, I am working on my Kill Team Open Sisters of Battle. So thanks to Mike for pulling me off the ledge as I was trying to do this freaking monotone freaking gray color on one of my sisters, and it was not working out. So he told me to just go back to my old sisters, so I went back to them, and with some different colors and some ideas, I was able to knock those out pretty quickly. So
yeah, man, those were looking good. I was bummed you gave up on that project.
No, well, they're still there. I still have all bazillion of my Sisters of Battle and their egg cartons. So those would definitely be done pretty soon.
Awesome.
I didn't get a chance tonight because I had a secret phone call with somebody, which was pretty cool. Talked about some really neat Nova Open stuff.
Wonderful.
For next year. So yeah, that took up some of my paint time. But like I said, if I spray paint everything white, my stormtroopers are good to go. So that's a whole entire army there.
Hell, man.
Sisters Battle.
Water down a wash, and there you go, man.
I'll wash it with something and probably mess it up and have to strip it all and start over again.
No stripping. Remember, we gave up stripping for Lent.
Well, Lent didn't start until, I don't even know, second week of January. I don't even know when it starts. So let's see. Yeah, so other than that, I am also putting something together for Adepticon for Bombshell Miniatures. So I really dig their stuff, and somehow I got a hold of one of their pieces. So I will be putting that together. I have a really great idea for it, and hopefully I can get it done and entered.
Are you doing the one I gave you, or did you do a different one?
No, the one you gave me.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I can give you some, as a Bombshell gold dog tag winner. I can give you some advice on that.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later on. I don't want too many people to be like, oh, wait a minute, they have one, and then everybody like enters, and then I come in last place again.
They don't work that way. That's not how they work. It's an open. They do an open as well.
Oh, it's an open. Oh, no. I'm going to come out on the bottom, power bottom. So yeah. So that's actually a lot of stuff, and it's I forgot that we only have a couple months. It's only like 3 months until we have to go. So we need to get those airline tickets. And then yeah. So I have Kill Team, so I have to have that done in 2 months, and then turn around and do the little thing for Bombshell for Adepticon, and then it's smooth sailing into Nova Open or whatever else happens to jump on us.
Right, no kidding.
I'm sure there'll be something else that happens there in the summer. So, in Star Wars, at some point I got to start playing with all those white stormtroopers that I spray painted.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff you printed out.
Oh shit, man! Man, that's not even a joke. I like sponsor 3 Patreons right now, and they all have like 75 and 80 freaking figures each. So I have entire armies that are just sitting in my computer. I gotta
Nice.
start printing those stupid things off, but I have to work on my stereo system and brain hurt and work. Who needs work? I'm tired of work. Work sucks.
Now, you remember you still got to print me a Snow Trooper.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right. Oh, there's some dead ones. I'll print you out some dead ones.
I don't want any dead ones. I just want a single Snow Trooper.
Oh, that's right. You know what? The Snow Troopers are going to be my my Nova Open entry.
Oh, nice. I love me some Snow Troopers.
Yes, it's a special one.
Oh.
So yeah, it's going to be. I'm excited about it. I probably
Nice.
won't. Well, I might get it done. All I have to do is just get some of that white stuff and spray it all over the place, and then spray paint it white. And I should be good to go.
Well, no, you spray paint it white, then you use some apothecary white on it. Maybe hit it with a dry brush of white, and there you go. You're in like Flynn.
I'm just gonna spray paint it all white.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe
Fair
Will will
enough.
be like, "What the hell is this?" Well, it's you can't see them; they're camouflage. That's why they're wearing white.
You could say it's like that painting, the white painting.
Oh, it's textured, so you can. There's something in there, you just can't see it.
Right,
A weird shadow.
exactly.
Oh, I'll put a light up so you can see the shadow.
Or totally do the whatchamacallit, like kind of the Emperor New Clothes thing, and be like, you can't see the freehand.
Oh, it's like
Well,
Bilbo with a ring on.
Exactly. You can't
Oh.
see the freehand. Well, that sounds like your personal problem. I can
Yeah.
see it, you know.
There's an at in there too. You just can't see it. He's got the ring on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. Now that I think about it, that's an awful lot of stuff I need to do. And then, yeah, I got a box. Oh, yeah. Mike ruined everything because the goal was just to spray paint everything white, but Mike gave me some Death Troopers. So now I have to go out and buy a bottle of black spray paint. And you can't see it, but you can hear it. It's right here because my camera's dead.
I thought those poses were cool too.
Yeah, they do some really cool poses. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting those together too. I was looking at some examples and on how to make like the shiny stuff and the matte stuff with cloth and things like that. So I'll work on that too at some point. And like I said, I got to try to figure out how to play the game because there's so many like cool armies out there in this air.
Did you get a starter
people
set?
that play it? Yeah, it's Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know. I was like boycotting them for the longest time, and now I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm kind of digging it again.
Well, did you actually get a starter set?
I do have a starter set, and
I didn't know you did. I didn't know you bought a starter set.
So yeah, for if anybody out there likes the game or not, I got the starter set, and it was like the week before Thanksgiving, and it was like 50-something% off.
Oh damn!
So I was just like, oh, and I got oh my gosh, I got more progress. I bought this spaceship for like $10 on Amazon, and I'm gonna use it for a drop ship for BattleTech.
Nice.
It's really cool. It looks really spacey. So
did you
So I gotta do that too.
Which starter set did you buy?
I don't know, the ones with all the white stormtroopers on it.
Okay, so yeah, it's got Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
You
so
can
it's
hear
like the Rebel Alliance versus the Stormtroopers. Okay,
it's probably the first edition, so I probably need.
Well, they have so many different versions. They also have the Clone Troopers versus Droid starter set as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a whole bunch of different ones, and I think there's the Hoth one, which I'd really really like to get. But
well, that's it's an expansion set.
Is it? Oh, I don't want to spend all the money on it.
There's Endor Defenders, Hoth Defenders, and then I guess there's.
Oh yeah, because I need those guys too.
Yeah,
I'm as people are trying to hear what I'm saying because I'm so far away from the microphone. Now I'm really close to the microphone.
All right. You're going to blow my ears out here.
That's what she said. All right. So, thanks for making me think of all that stuff I have to do because now I'm overloaded. So I'm not going to get any of it completed. That's a lot of stuff.
You're welcome. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm just
going to super glue them and just stick them with all of my BattleTech mechs and my Space Marines.
Oh yeah, that Blood Bowl commission I'm doing, that's all about the white spray and contrast paints. I mean, it's 56 miniatures total.
Or you can wait until the Vallejo ones come out. They just seem to be doing pretty good.
No, because I don't want to wait till they come out.
You just want to get rid of them.
I want to get rid of them as soon as possible. And so, like tonight after we stop recording, I'm going to work on the Kill Team Sergeant a little bit to see if I like the direction of colors and stuff on him. And go for, kind of go from there. And like, once I get the test model done, I'll be able to knock out the rest of the models much quicker. I don't know if that makes any sense. I am using contrast as a glaze. I have the Blood Angels Red that I like that as a glaze to bring everything back together. But and also when you start highlighting red and it starts becoming pink, you can use a little bit of that. Yeah, I tend to use a red orange to try to bring it all back. But so I do. We'll use the Blood Angels Red to kind of uniform everything. But of course, I Burgundy Wine from Reaper is of course my main shadow color because that is the chef's kiss of shadow colors for red, for sure.
So that's a lot of like non-progress, but things that we have planned for the next year. Seems to be until another game comes out. And
can I give you an absurd number?
Sure.
62. Do you know what 62 is?
Is that how old you are?
No, it's not. That's 13 years older than I am. And still a couple of years younger than you.
Yeah.
Anyways, 62 is the number of sub-assemblies I have for my kill team.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that. That's a lot. I'm not going to tell you. I have 10 sisters, and they're all in pieces right now.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there looking at all the corks that I have them on, and I'm like, oh, how many are there? Well, because, each shoulder pad, I have a specific thing I'm doing with the shoulder pads, and they have to be separate. And so I can't airbrush the shoulder pads the way I'm doing it on the Marine. And then 2 of the Marines don't have their forearms are separate because they're across the body. Then helmets, all the heretics would love this. I gotta post this picture because people who are totally into the heresy side of it will love seeing basically Space Marine heads on sticks because they're all there. So so it all adds up quickly. That's the 6 Marines, 12 shoulder pads is already 12 sub-assemblies right there. So
okay, mine are just in a big old pile, so I just pick them out and figure out what pieces fit where.
Yeah, I actually did a good job tracking it this time. Every cork is written like who it belongs to, so I don't have to go, oh crap, whose arm is this? Guess I've never had that experience before. Oh wait, all the time. So. Well, awesome, Dan. Thank you. It was nice chatting to you. This is a nice little quick episode here. All right. So one last thing, Dan, before we wrap up, I wanted to give people a heads up that we have an interview this week with a wonderful special guest by the name of Anthony Wang. He is an international award-winning artist as well. He's going to talk to us about his experiences in Mont San Savino, and we're going to hopefully get into talking about how to prep for different types of painting competitions. So that's going to be, I'm looking forward to it. It's a conversation I need to have prepping for my first ever Golden Demon.
Cool. Well, I think that we'll just wrap it up from there.
Sounds good to me.
All right. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Listening to Paint Dry, or on Twitter at Dry Listening. We have a YouTube channel out there somewhere, and it's titled Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan.
Our handle is Listening to Paint Dry.
Just Listening to Paint Dry. Maybe I should go find it and see what we have on there.
All of our episodes are on there.
You're videotaping this?
No, I rendered them out.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan shows how much along with the program he is.
I don't listen to the podcast either. I don't like my voice. Actually, my wife tells me she doesn't like my voice either. But that's okay.
No.
Yeah.
Your wife said she liked my voice. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually have a story about that. So, which is funny, but yeah, I got to tell you about that one offline.
Yeah, but she didn't even recognize me at the Christmas party. I was heartbroken.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. She felt really bad about that.
She's like, "Who the hell is this guy talking to me?" And I'm like,
I don't know. Well,
I'm Mike, Dan's friend from the podcast. She's like, "Oh, are you one of Dan's friends?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Miniature Painter podcast." Oh my God! I'm like, it's all good.
I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Hey, all right. Your parents just found out we had a podcast, so they're pretty pissed at you.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, just let us know what it is and we'll download it. Mike, you probably don't want to hear it, but that's okay. We can probably use the downloads.
Use the down. I told you, man. Anybody that walks by me with the phone, I grab it and download the podcast on it.
Speaking of podcasts, please like, subscribe, and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. If you could, just leave us a good review. Really help out the show.
Yeah, drop us a line at listeningtopaintdry@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you're working on. Are you going to Adepticon? We're hoping to meet more listeners, and that's going to be totally awesome. But yeah, we would love to hear from you. Listeningtopaintdry@gmail.com. Also, just so you know, I wanted to again say thank you to all of our listeners. We really appreciate you, and I know that a lot of you spread the word about the podcast, and we can't thank you enough. And so I really appreciate it. We're just gearing up for a new year and hoping to become better, braver, happier painters. Until next time.
See ya.
Listening to Paint Dry with Mike and Dan is a production of LTPTWMD. All rights reserved. No portion of this recording may be used without the express written consent of the host. The music is Death by a Thousand Questions by Springtide. Download from the Free Music Archive on a non-commercial attribution share-alike basis. All views and opinions expressed in the show are solely the views and opinions of the person who said them. All celebrity voices, if any, were impersonated and done so poorly.